So intent is even more subtle and hard to detect than like ultraviolet rays. Because the reason Young and Ace is trolling and faking that he took part in, was the main, or took part in and ordered a hit, or he both said that he was the main one and he ordered the hit. So which one is it, right? But the reason why he's doing all this trolling is because in his mind, even if things don't come out right, or they come out to a great ill or a great wrong, everything happens because it had gotten in someone's mind at some point in time that this is to make things right. You have to do this. That's why I'm very wary about directives, and it comes from that which you deem is necessary. You're gonna do something. If you didn't have that perspective, you would opt out. You would do nothing. And trolling and faking killing somebody to tie the courts over, tie investigations, and I don't know, make Instagram a big cloud of confusion. It's not for the reasons and itinerary and intent that we automatically assume, because he could have been purchased to do this to make something right, even though he will get a little bit of money for trolling because it's clout chasing. When I found out that he is never actually slid on a homie, killing a nigga, sliding on a homie. It's the same thing, right? It's like glorified. But thing in his mind, right? He never slid for the homies, right? The only time that he ever upped it and took a fee in blood, it came from a 9-year-old that was hiding under a blanket. So if that doesn't play into his thinking, I don't know what would. I mean, stinking thinking, right? They tell you in Alcoholics Anonymous. See, the thing is, people always ignore that there are people that are addicted to hustling, and even you can't get free from your addictions being high on life, because being high on life is like the next step to relapse. There's, it sounds like a nice thing. Like, I would congratulate someone if they were high on life, but then would you hang out with them? You don't even want to hang out with them. You're not necessarily wrong either. Unless you have some long-winded explanation, like how Saturn was created by Engels or something, like, does that speak to chemistry and physiology, or does it just speak to physics? Oh, physics is physiology. Physics and chemistry abridged. You would go crazy. There's no correlate. It's so, you can't skim, or you can't skim on some things. So some things are so true that you can't be any better by paying lip service to this shit. It won't do you any better because you can pay lip service to it, even though you have a fact. It's similar to like why, okay, you want to know why there shouldn't be anything weird with calling out inaccuracy or scandals or something, but it is. Why would it be bad to speak truth to light, or tell the truth to shame the devil, right? Why would it be bad to do that? Because you already know that you deserve so many meltdowns and so much copium that you're supposed to celebrate that. You're not supposed to celebrate. You're not supposed to get up emotionally when you see someone's have the double standard, or they're obviously being coddled, or there's some like, if you see that they're, then you know that what's going on. If you say what's going on, you might just be informing people who need to know that you're aware of what's going on to help them continue to maneuver. And oddly enough, the thing that they have the most problem with is when people satire. So, satire is held up in FCC courts with tax dollars to figure out whether or not you can, not whether or not you are. It's like there's a difference between if you do something because you, there's a difference between doing something because you can, or being able to do something because, was that? Have you effectively satirized? I mean, it's not up to everybody's opinion. Some people can recognize it. It's not that they're not deliberating whether or not you are. They're deliberating whether or not you can with your money. Ew. What? I'm paying them to deliberate, not to critique and say whether or not I am, but to say whether or not I can satirize. And this is the FCC. Ew, I'm paying them? That's like a fucking parasite. That's like feeding leeches or something. But I mean, your money speaks. So it's up to you whether or not, I mean, I guess at some point you decided to, fund it. Or at least we did, the society. Okay. They saw a need, see fit that it was necessary. Do you know that? They don't just print money, we gave it to them. I don't know what else this video is about. I'm not going to try to tie in all the loose ends. I just brought up a bunch of shit that I'm keen to spazzing, and I'll make more succinct videos and more, have more points lined up and made already next time.